Hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League's Cone Racing Championship Tier 2. I'm joined today with a co-commentator, fellow CRL driver, Jono. So, hello Jono.
Hello Jonathan. Nice to be here in the commentary position for a change.
And yeah, Q1 is shortly going to be underway. We're around France today. Don't know how to pronounce the name of the track, so no, I'm not going to attempt it, but should be a good one.
Circuit du Paul Ricard. That not it?
Might be. Doesn't sound particularly French. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Straight into some rain. Why don't we?
A wet Q1. Love to see it.
Off the back of a full wet race last time round Monza, I'm sure some drivers are absolutely hating this.
No, just adds another element to the race, helps spice things up.
Not seen anyone leaving the pit lane yet though.
No, everyone's staying pretty rooted to the garage at the moment.
You can check to see. Oh, no, someone's in first gear. Who's that? Arrow voice. Can't see movement in the garage here, but soon we'll be going out onto the track. Might see a few others as well. There we go. Appears to be the first man out on track.
Yes. Who is this leaving? We have Era Voice. Era Voice?
Arrow voice is usually like call him. Why is it not following out of here?
Followed by an Alfa Romeo as well.
That will likely. Oh, I don't know actually. Godlin usually waits till later, but I might be wrong. No, it is him. So yeah, we'll see. Some drivers might think get a lap in quick before it gets heavy rain. They can see the forecast. We cannot. Oh, wet quality and race. Thank you. Is it going to be heavy or is it just going to be light rain? Oh yeah, no. Looking at the driver track, it contains Kill Me, FFS, and yeah, lots of crying. So
I guess when it rains, it really does pour in France.
Yeah, we'll see what suits the drivers. The reserve last week, I feel bad for not remembering his name, but he did amazingly once he got past. I'm forgetting all names. This isn't good. I'm meant to be good at this. Oh yeah, Tim. Once Tim got past Real DC, ended up I think nearly 7 seconds up the road by the end. So, not part of this race, but hopefully we'll see him in the future and might get a full-time seat eventually. Unless, of course, they decide that he's too good for this tier. But I think that's just him shining in the rain.
Well, good drivers do seem to prove themselves in the rain.
Hello. Air voice coming around the last few corners. We'll follow his lap round. Interestingly, someone's on the soft tyres, although they're not currently out on track.
Soft tyres is extremely brave given the conditions. As we ride on board for Era Voice's first lap and the first lap of the session.
Probably going to be plenty of invalidation going on track like this, especially if drivers.
Would not be surprised.
Yeah, especially if drivers haven't practiced the conditions. Race is full rain, I've just been told. Oh, some drivers will hate this. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But all in all, it is certainly going to spice things up. So we're on board. Very clear road ahead of him at the moment, Aero Voice. Hasn't invalidated yet. Of course, still plenty of time in the session, so it doesn't matter if this lap isn't amazing, just wants to get a lap down. Might not even see every driver finish this session.
No. What Era Voice has quite cleverly done is he's gotten out ahead of everyone, which means he's got, obviously, the clear road, as he said, but he also doesn't have to worry about anyone else's spray.
There's that huge group currently near the end of first sector, Mercedes, Williams and 2 Renaults. They're going to have great fun with that.
Oh, that sounds very fun.
And actually one of the Renaults is on their lap, so... Which one's that? Captain Nick. Yeah, his teammate ahead of him, although to be fair, that could spell a bit of slipstream. We'll hop back on board with Aero Voice as he comes near the end of his lap to see what time he gets. He will jump back on board with that Renault. Yes, looks like he has passed his teammate. So Aero Voice getting a 1:42.8. That's how far away the line was.
Fastest lap of the session so far, as
Yep.
Godly Noob sets his lap not far behind.
Yeah, Godly Noob, usually one of our quickest qualifiers. Not sure what he's like in the rain though. Doesn't seem to always be as quick as he usually is.
Little Juan in the McLaren improves by 6/10 over the Alpha Tauri as we have a yellow flag in sector 1.
Yeah, that is Aero Voice going slow, I think.
No, don't believe it's Aero Voice. I think the
sorry,
yellow
Godly
has
Noob.
cleared, though.
It was Godly Noob, wrong name. Yeah, there's something I probably should have mentioned to you before I started the stream up. These guys are really good at moving out of the way, so there are usually plenty of yellows throughout quali, but that's just them chilling off track, letting other people through. So KXI behind Sadistic King is Captain Nick sets the fastest time with a 1:41.9.
Sprunky not far behind, improving on Captain Nick by 3/10.
And KXI splitting them, actually only 2 thousandths ahead of Captain Nick, so quite close among the top three at the moment. Little Juan not too far off himself. Oh, and KXI having a moment here. Just keeps it out of the wall. Doesn't do the Lewis. Oh no! Oh no way! That's the lightest contact I've ever seen for a DNF. He did the Lewis Hamilton thing of being right in front of the rule and tapping the throttle. Only he didn't lose the front wing. He lost an entire wheel. So yeah,
that's very unfortunate. He's got quite a strong lap, so maybe that can sort of help, but we just don't know.
Yeah, the new guy is Jono, so it's... Although his full name is Jonathan, so it's, yeah, both of the same name. But well, I'll refer to him as Jono and he'll refer to me as Jonathan, so...
Similarly to when F1 had Felipe Massa and Nasser in the same season.
Yeah, no, on board with... Is that Steban? I believe that's how I'm going to say that name. See what he can do. Only 8 drivers qualified so far. Now there's 2 drivers on the soft tyres. Dragon and Welsh Maldonado. Welsh Maldonado being reserved this week alongside... I think it is Steban, isn't it? Yes.
Steban, yeah.
Shall we see what they can do? Reserve won the race last week around Monza. Tim had a very good race there. Once he got past DC, flew away. But actually, the rain is certainly getting a bit lighter now. Not sure if I can see it anymore on my screen, so we might see more drivers going onto the soft. But Stephen, up into 6th.
Similarly, I can't see the rain itself coming down. It's just sort of looking like a damp track out there.
And Dragon is now on his outlap on softs. The first man to leave the pit lane on dry tyres.
This is going to be interesting because he's testing the waters, obviously, for other drivers. We'll be able to get a proper insight as to what the conditions are like as well.
Welsh Maldonado joining him out on track. Is that just a slow Williams? Ooh, Alex on pole. Didn't see that. That is just a slow Williams though with Alex. Well, provisional top of Q1. Far from pole yet.
No.
That is a very interesting line by Kyle. I think he's just staying out the way of Alex, who's also on a slow lap, so... Just don't take out the braking boards. Colloquial between the two of them.
That wouldn't be the smartest idea.
No, I'm not sure the students would be most happy with that.
As Kyle returns to the pits, possibly to fit the softer tyres, the soft tyres.
Dragon not going into the pit, so he's happy with the tyres. He'll be going round for a lap.
As he starts his lap now. through Virage du Pont, down to Virage de la Tour.
And immediately invalidates his lap. Wide at the second corner.
Not ideal.
Not at all, but we'll have more than with Welsh Maldonado, who has made it through the first chicane. And will be our first man on a dry compound. Ooh.
And he's gone purple through sector 1.
Certainly seems dry compound the way to go. Now only 3 drivers, 2 drivers are making that now. On wet tyres, one of them out on track currently. And actually Philip with the fastest time, so it seems the track conditions are improving all round. So I'll stick it on to best. You can see all the top times currently are on the Inters. The only times set are on Inters. Another purple sector for Maldonado.
Interestingly, however, Sadistic King is appearing for me on medium tyres.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It also says that for me. Oh, goes wide over that white line too much. I thought the curve was supposed to count as track limits, but apparently not on this track. Well, for that corner anyway.
As he aborts a lap into the pit lane.
So who does that leave then? It's the first man on dry tyres. We've got to look quite far back. They're on outlaps. Most people are on outlaps, it seems. I think we're looking at Tobes might be the first man. Unless
is Tobes on his flyer or is Tobes on an outlap?
He's just finished his outlap. He is now on a fly, but Dragon actually has gone round again after invalidating his lap. So it looks like he might be the first man. Very slow Ferrari up the road.
Tobes purple again through sector 1. As he pulls into 8th gear, heading down the Mistral straight. Purple through sector 2 as well. Conditions really leaning towards the the slick tyres. The word escaped my brain. Dragon on speed, improving by 11 seconds over the McLaren.
And Tobes looks like he's going to beat him. Yes, he does.
Tobes, yes.
Yes, over 6/10 ahead. A good half second there.
Superb lap from Tobes. Well, so far.
Right, well, it's going to be Sadistic on the mediums then. Let's see what he can do with these. So it is slower than the other dry times, quicker than all the times on Inters. As Sprunky then says.
Now goes purple.
Sadistic King taking the Lewis Hamilton line there.
Very much staying out of the way.
Yeah, we saw we got the wall contact on stream, so I was on board with you. You really were at 1 mile an hour. I think that's actually worse than the one that Jack had at Spain a couple of seasons back. Well, who can we hop on board with now? Which...
King seeming to want to take the full breadth of the Mistral straight as he powers through the runoff boards.
Well, I hope Sprunky's not on the lap because this man's going to...
The good thing about Paul Ricard is it's easy to stay out of the way.
I just think Sprunky is on a lap, currently 3/10 up. And those 3/10 not being enough to catch up with Real DC. Our second place from last race. Oh, Sprunky last second.
The lap, very late dive into the pit lane.
I think that may have been due to fuel. Looks fairly low. Might have decided he didn't want to crawl around. Actually, to be fair, probably happy with this lap as it is. Still got 4 drivers yet to set a lap. That's Carl up to second.
Not long left in the session. With only just under 3.5 minutes remaining. Who is your favourite for pole so far, Jonathan, given the laps that we've seen so far?
Well, if it's dry, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Godly Noob. Real DC's up there. Alex, he was a very good start of the season. Second to V-Mark, who actually got moved up a tier. So inheriting the championship from that. Possible we see Alex do something? He's had the gap closed to him the last few races. The top 4 now, and you're separated by 44 points, with 40 being the maximum awarded for a race. Welsh Maldonado up into 5th, and from 2nd to 5th is less than 8 hundredths between them.
No, that's a very close little battle in there. Godly Noob starts his lap on dry tyres. Nice to see what he can do here.
Yep, there we go. Man straight up, just 2 tenths behind Real DC.
He was on his flyer. Very sorry, everyone. I didn't quite catch that.
I'm aboard Jay Hartman now. Looks like he will be improving. Not sure by how much, but remember, all he needs is 2.5 tenths, and he jumps straight up to 3rd because of how close together the field are. All he needs a 10th up. Slow last sector. Not able to improve. How about Clerpiard then? Real DC, comfortable with his time, retires. Clerpiard, yeah, Clerpiard up to 12th. That might be quick enough. With 3 drivers still to set times on the inters. Oh, actually, something my brain's only just clicked. Only 19 drivers in this race. I believe Pimis was too slow. So we'll see if he hops back in.
Besenplucker appearing happy with his lap. Same with Welsh Maldonado.
We'll follow the little one.
Decision really there from Welsh Maldonado, given how tight that sort of top end of the grid is.
But of course, there is now only 18 drivers left competing on track, so only 3 people won't go through. Wait, where's Stephen on track? Oh, he is good. But Stephen, Alex, and the little one only have 1. Actually, the little one might have 2 chances, but he can't take a big spin. Alex and Stephen, just 1 chance at this. They make a mistake, won't have time to get another lap in. There we go. Stephen just coming across the line, and Alex not too far behind him. Oh no, Alex must have cut corners to try and get there in time, and his lap already invalidated. Alex...
both McLarens drastically improving, however, going 3 and 4 right at the end of the session.
Yeah, Alex is not going to be setting a time. He must have cut a corner too close at the end of the lap.
Not really ideal for him.
No. One of the drivers not able to get out the pits. Not sure which driver that is. Is that Sadistic King? No.
I'm not seeing anyone in the pits at the moment.
No, neither am I. But yeah, someone commented, "No, I didn't get out the pits in time." I'd assume it's one of the lower down drivers. As Sadistic King tops Error Voice, knocking Error Voice out. So that means that it is now, it's a game of can Stephen beat Sadistic King?
Be a very nice little battle to watch.
And the answer
not battle, but
is yes. Yes, he can, up to 5th.
yes, he can.
Pheasant Plucker. Wait.
Pulled out a lap right when he needed it.
It looks like, Pheasant, it looks like you're safe, just. So yeah, Sadistic King, Error Voice, Alex and KXI not going to go through.
No one behind Pheasant Plucker can improve. Believe that's him safe.
Yeah. And KXI, unable to set another time after the 1 mile an hour collision took out his wheel, which is mighty impressive. Genuinely, he was barely moving.
Well, I know it's more Monaco that they say this for, but walls bite back, don't they?
I think this track is everything but walls.
Yeah.
Hard to hit them here.
No, you really have to be aiming for them.
Yeah, we'll hop aboard with Sprunky. Who are we waiting for? The local one. There we go, he retires, saving us 40 seconds of essentially loading the screen. Sprunky with the fastest time so far. So here you go, here's our timing board.
As we see Sprunky taking first place in Q1 with Real DC just over a tenth behind.
At least that kind of, where is it? I guess you could say, what, 7th through to 10th looks really close. There's another kind of batch, 11th down to 15th. So, very close groups at the moment. See how that develops into Q2. Usually the closest of the 3 qualifying sessions here. But yeah. Hopefully, I haven't heard anything from Pimis, but there is a chance he'll be able to get into the lobby. They will be starting from the back of the grid. Pretty sure he's still appearing offline. Certainly can't be seen on the Discord, so. Right, can we see anyone moving? Tomes leaving the pit lane, Godly Noob going onto the medium tyre. Who else is that? That is Stephen, I believe. Ah, there we go. Pimis has joined the lobby. It will have 20 drivers. A very long time since we haven't here.
Well, it's nice to see full grids. Obviously, unfortunately, he couldn't make the start, but at least we will have 20 drivers involved.
So yeah, at the moment, Godly Noob went onto the mediums and then switched back to the softs. Toves, yeah, wanting that front position, that clean air out the track.
I'm curious, it's Stephen who's the car closest behind him, isn't it?
Actually no, it's changed now to Deru.
Well, while the Williams and Red Bull, I think actually the Williams and Red Bull sort of squabbling over track position might have allowed Tobes to get away with it, but I thought Tobes was going to be in a position where he's pulling one of those other cars down the straight.
No, I think he went through so much speed that... Yeah, Stephen dropping back another position. Lots of these drivers are being parties with others, so of course might be deliberately trying to organise slipstream. I'm yet to read any rule that specifically says you can't do that, but then again I'm yet to read the rule book, so...
As am I.
I know it's there, but...
Well, as there's a yellow flag in Sector 3 as the Haas of Kyle goes off just at the start of the...
Tobes already invalid his lap, sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
Off on board with Deru then. You now be looking at the first man to set his lap. Another slow car in Sector 3.
Mm.
There we go. Oh wow, it's not a small rulebook. 11 pages.
Well,
I will read it at some point. I really ought to.
if we end up with maybe a dull patch or a safety car, I'm sure we could enlighten ourselves with a page.
Mm. I don't know how many seasons I've been here now. This might be my third one. And now I'm a steward as well, I should especially read it.
Yeah, I'd advise you read it, Jonathan.
Anyway, it's still on board with Giroux, who's managed to not invalidate his lap. And the Tobes, interestingly, chose to keep going. Oh no, he's gone into the pit lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And onto some fresh tyres.
Here comes Giroux.
All but one
line.
dry. This line is deceptively far away.
And yes.
29.2. Not the quickest time of the day.
Immediately bested by
Who immediately bested by Stephen. Sprunky and
right.
Little One not able to continue the trend, but there we go. Stephen coming out on top.
They're not giving us time to tell them that they've bested each other. This is quite rude of them.
Right, so Captain
yellow
Nick...
flag for the slow-moving car of Stephen in Sector 1.
So yeah, I was reading some of the pre-race chat, and it does sound like that mediums are just so bad. That strategy almost makes them necessary. You're not going to get into Q2 if you use them. Now, Welsh Maldonado actually nearly caught up with lots of those guys at the higher 29 times. Stephen and Golly Noob, the only guys currently in the 28s.
No,
quite
Welsh
big margins.
Maldonado, not a million miles off of the pack in front, but...
No, I think if you account for the tyre difference as well, he could very well be in the... definitely in the top 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
Alright, who are we going to hop on board with? I'm not sure he's still setting the lap. I think Kyle... No. Right, Giroux is going to try and improve his lap. And he looks like he's going to succeed at that. Yep, there we go. 2 tenths up to 4th position for Giroux.
A nice little improvement from Giroux.
Yeah, Claire PR also looking at a small amount of improvement. Needs less than a 10th to jump Dragon. Although quite a bit more to catch up with Kyle or anyone else.
The top 3, not separated by a massive amount, half a second between them.
To be fair, we've had the top 15 be less than that, so yeah. Claire PR, small improvement, not quite enough to gain in a position, but builds that gap a bit more, and that might be the difference he needs to get through to Q3.
Is Giroux trying to improve his lap again? No, as he backs off after me saying that. Has he run out of fuel?
Which driver is this? I took my headphones off for a split second.
Giroux.
Suspect he'd be going on an own lap. He's invalidated it now, so... Well, I don't know if that was pre or post slowdown.
I think it was post, because I saw him take a, particularly tight apex.
On board with Tobes, the only man not yet to set a lap. Although, not even halfway through Q2 yet. So still plenty more to go. There we go, very clear road ahead of him. Should see his job to not make a mistake.
It won't be hindered by any traffic.
Although that did look to be a small mistake by him there. I'm not sure if I've ever raced at this track. I might have done 1 or 2 5-lappers here.
It's a track I've tended to avoid. It's not one of my personal favourites.
That's the Tobes. The slowest time of the session, and by over a second.
That mistake must have been more costly than we originally thought.
Just looked like it went a bit too wide, not massively.
Nice.
Yellow flag. Oh, I see rain. Toby's better get the lap fast as the little one makes a mistake.
I also see rain. I think that's...
This might be our great...
Unless this is a very, very brief rain shower, I think this has brought an end to cars improving in this session.
Toes hot. Wait, actually, to be fair, Welsh Maldonado 2.5 tenths up. There is a chance, a small chance, that he'll just be able to get enough out of the car on the sauce.
I will be very impressed if he's able to improve as the rain starts to increase in its intensity.
Half a second up now. That would be enough to get into the top 10. So if he can get a good last sector, I don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but at the moment he's looking to be on a good lap and might be able to pull this. So his car seems to be still responding as if it's dry, though only just.
No, it doesn't look like it's sort of how you'd expect it to be, sort of dry tyres.
Had a bit of a slow exit to the last corner.
Does he? He doesn't improve massively.
Slow last sector.
No. Slow last sector.
He was looking good, but slow last sector. I think he had quite bad last corner exit. Of course, how far down it is to the straight. Yeah, which Renault is that? Oh, as Captain Nick goes straight through a braking board.
The other thing to consider with Welsh Maldonado's lap is the real twisty part of the circuit is in the final sector, which is where he will have sort of felt more effect from the wet conditions.
Now actually, most drivers' car will have a wet setup, so they do have that to their advantage. If it's going to be a wet race, but... Yeah, no, the top 5 drivers have retired. It looks like most others... It's on to accept it. Welsh Maldonado, yeah. No one currently on lap.
No. More drivers dropping out, really making it look like we aren't going to get much more running.
Yeah, Pheasant Plucker, first man in the bottom 5. Of course, this being a wet race, they don't have to worry about going out on the medium compound. So I don't know what Pheasant Plucker was thinking. Because that's just cost him a fairly significant amount of track position. Wait, have I got it on the wrong... Oh no, that time was set on soft, my bad. Had it on fittest, not best. Yeah.
I was also on fittest.
Yeah. Just got one car left out on track, a few others hanging on in the pit lane. Dragon, yeah, he was definitely safe where he was. Sprunky now also retired, but we'll watch his car go round and round.
Captain Nick and Tobes, the only cars who are yet to retire.
Now, they could take a risk, go out on softs, and kind of wait near the end.
Captain Nick retires.
There we go, this car pulling over. So now I'm just waiting on Tobes. What's he gonna do? I'm just chilling in the garage. enjoying the sight of the rain.
It's not exactly something superb to look at, though, is it, rain?
No, I think with most drivers here being British, Welsh or Scottish, nothing too out of the ordinary.
No. So, I mean, time-wise, you'd think he'd have to be leaving the garage soon if he was to...
Yeah, he may as well just retire at this point. He might be using this as a I have the power extended toilet break.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Yet to see any drivers complaining. No, as to say that, complaints have occurred. Another driver putting Tobes is getting coffee. Yeah, group of them in the party. So, we're waiting for a driver getting coffee, if you're wondering why we're delayed. I've just got to wait for a coffee to be made and on to Q3.
Coffee, I'm going to say, is an interesting choice for between qualifying sessions.
Well, to be fair, he's using the end of it. I mean, he's not going to have that extra. If he really wants more coffee time, he could go out the pit lane now and then drag his outlap on.
Leave his pit limiter on the whole lap.
It seems the driver's seeing the funny side of it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, here we go.
There we go. Q2 classifications. Steban was first with real DC, only just shy of 3/10 behind, with Godly Noob not far off in third.
But interestingly, let's have a look. Tobes and Welsh Maldonado probably both could have got through if they had time for a better lap. And Pheasant Plucker, Captain Nick and Sprunky. And if I look at all these names I've seen from previous races, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of them got into the top 10. So, I think, yeah, see how this goes. If Q3 is also going to be rainy, which is what they're suggesting, then I don't know, that's going to keep it rainy drivers up front. But now the coffee break is over.
It's going to be an interesting session.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, this is lots of rain.
Yeah, it really has gone full rain mode. Interestingly, they've been stuck on inters. I think the rain really messed with everyone. Some people got lucky from it, others not so much. Dragon going out on the inters, as is Big Balls and Kyle and DC and Deroot and Jay Hunt and basically most of the field. So yeah, we've got one man on the wets. Nope, he's gone back to the inters. No, we'll watch him. Perspective. I don't see how this is inters weather. Oh, you need an invite. You just left the session.
I was told the migrating host.
Interesting.
A few drivers have left.
I think every driver's left. I think you were the one who actually left. I'm still here with all the drivers, and only you left, so I'll send you another invite, because you only got the one.
Okay. Thank you.
Give me a quick second. It's good what happened while they're all on outlaps. No, yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be that bad if it happened on lap 2 though, because all the cars usually ghosted then. Getting a lovely bit of zigzagging from my drivers. There you go. You're back. In fact, before we get to the start, I am going to send you another quick spare invite just to, you know, make sure that happens mid-race. Yeah, they usually send out 3 invites to people, but of course, Sadistic King didn't know to invite you, so.
Don't accept that one now. Leave that for later. So.
And here we go. Jay Hartnell.
Jay Hartnell.
Happy with his
leading the cars
size
as they start their flying laps.
I'm not very experienced in rainy races. Is this not nearly heavy wet? Rain?
I would assume so. However, league racing wise, I haven't done. I don't have much single seater experience in the wet, so I think this sort of it's more driver choice, and if they're getting the grip out of the inters, then
ooh, Jay Hartnell nearly going over the line there. Mirtevay does seem to have the grip from it.
It's all about pushing the limits in this third qualifying session.
But no, it's this. Oh, Godly Noob having a moment there. For some reason validated his lap down the line. Have a quick look through other drivers. No one else currently invalidated their lap. I know, Real DC has as well. Yeah, no, all 10 drivers out on track on a lap, or I guess 8 of them out on a lap. Is that Kyle with an actual spin? I think it was.
An actual spin, not
just to go slow in qualifying, yellow flag. This is a.
Yeah, we also have. I think Steven missed his braking zone. At the top end of the track, catching the chicane. With his lap now invalidated. As Jay Hartnell puts his car on pole.
Yep.
He's the only man to set a lap.
Yeah, Dragon's going to be next. It's slower time, half a second back.
Slower time.
Splits
that's
them.
a big gap in the rain. Very close, big
yeah,
balls.
That's not such a big gap.
Did I say big gap or small gap?
You said big.
I meant to say small.
Yeah, it's quite a small gap between the top two.
I blame his username. It starts with the word big, and that tricked my mind.
So yeah, Claire PR, not too far behind Deroute. Yeah, these times are very close. You compare them to something like the, is it Turkey last year? Stroll's pole position. They were miles apart. No.
No, I think from memory there was a big gap between cars, but that I think that was very much them just hitting it at the right time at Racing Point. Disappointing, really. Stroll could have won that race. Do we have anyone on a flyer at the moment?
Godly Noob currently, believe he is. Nearly going for a slide there. No, he's going for a slide.
He's off.
Takes out not one but 2 braking boards. Though actually, doesn't invalidate his lap, just loses a bit of time. So, well, he's on the wet stuff again here. Needs to get back onto that dry patch. Jay Hartnell sets the fastest lap.
He's done well there to pull out the 2/10 on.
Godly Noob into the pits as Dragon sets the fastest lap. And DC has now completed 2 invalidated laps. Yet to give himself a time.
Big Balls reaffirms his provisional pole.
And now approaching the halfway mark of Q3.
Pulls out 2/10. There seems to be a thing with 2/10 gaps because Cole PR has pulled out that sort of gap on Big Balls to steal his provisional pole.
You've missed a letter. Claire PR. You're.
Claire PR.
I don't know how you pronounce it. I saw as if I said it, but either way you missed an R.
I'll go with Claire PR.
Right, DC yet to invalidate this lap. We'll stay on board with him then. As all the F1 fans coordinated bringing the same umbrellas. So you've got a lovely view of the grandstands. Now that is a Williams, and that appears to be a spin, as he was up in the first sector. So that's Daru. Hop back on board with DC.
As he gets back underway. Real DC really pushing the limits through the last sector.
Nope, so much
he's
gone
into the pits.
That looked to be deliberate. Interesting that he went into the pits after on his only potential validated lap. We got anyone else then? Dragon's looking to improve. I think he probably will just. Yep, snatches back the pole by 0.04. Kyle just about to start his lap. And who else do we have out on the track? Clerpiar might be about to improve.
Clerpiar has improved as the first man to dip into the 41s in this session.
Well, I think it is the first 41. Oh no, there was some 41s in Q. There was some in Q1.
Well, Q1 was a wet to dry session. This seems like it's very much a heavier wet session.
Now, interestingly, most of the times have been set on older tyres. The little one being the slowest time, the only one to set it on 1 lap old tyres. So. There's Kyle sets a purple middle sector.
Clerpiar and Dragon on speeds.
Oh, and that is.
Oh, that's
that
Kyle
is, that
into
is
the
Big
barrier.
Death.
Big Death is one word for it.
Yeah, that's him out the session, and another braking board. That's not the same corner that Golly Noob took them out, was it? I'm not sure.
No.
Carl making some interesting noises. And Dragon said in the fastest lap, keeping up that fight. Kyle's car yet to disappear. It looked like it was changing gears.
Yeah.
It was in.
It was weird. I was stuck on board with him. He was sort of going in and out of the barrier.
I stayed on board with him.
Like he had a chance of bringing it out, maybe.
Right, trying to find the first driver who'll be setting a lap.
Are we looking at that being Godly New? Oh no, his
no,
lap's
we're looking at Stephen. I don't know. This is the first time I think I've seen him out on the track.
Stephen with a B.
And that is that a racing point off, or no? That's just a slow racing point. Yeah, there are no braking boards on the left-hand side, which makes it even more treacherous for the drivers. Although there are the right-hand ones, and of course braking points are different in the wet anyway. But anybody relying on the braking boards are going to struggle a bit. So just the final corner to go.
Rounding the last corner as he opens up the throttle, as he crosses the line and takes P2, only a 10th off of provisional pole.
Actually, I haven't seen how big the gap was between Dragon and Clerpiar, as Dragon improves the time. Who have we got next? Daru will be starting his lap. You're
very right to bring up that gap between Dragon and Clerpiar. I didn't realise that Dragon was almost knocking on the 1 minute 40s.
No, neither did I. I mean, he wasn't quite that close before, but the man's got pace in the rain. If he can keep that up into the race, we might be looking like a current race winner here. Now, actually, Dragon currently P4 in the championship. He can't lead leaving this race, but he can get himself right up knocking on that door for the spot. And actually both DC and Godly Noob are in here, but Alex, our current championship leader, is not. So if Dragon can get a win, then actually that would guarantee him 3rd position in the championship. If he can do, yeah, potentially he can also jump Real DC. Depends how Real DC does. About to see his first qualifying lap.
Real DC takes provisional pole off of Dragon on speed, improving by more than 7/10. That is one hell of a lap.
To be fair, that man was the 2nd quickest driver in the wet race last week, and the other quickest driver not here this race. How about Godly Noob? Can he challenge? No. Splits the other 2. But there we go, our top 3 drivers. 3 of the drivers currently battling for the championship lead.
Steven's not on a lap. Dragon's definitely not. Is Darude on a lap?
Oh, yeah, Daru is on the lap, and it looks like he may improve. Yes, he does, up into 2nd.
P2.
Provisional front row for him. The little one going a bit wide to this corner. Let's see what he can do. I think that's Dragon going into the pit lane now. Though interesting, Dragon was fighting for that pole for a long time.
As the little one jumps his teammate by half a second.
Dragon is definitely not on the lap. His current time
the 2 Red Bulls are on.
So that's a shame. It looked like it might be Red Bull 1-2 at one point, but now Dragon on his old... Is he still on his old tyres? He is.
Yeah,
not
Dragon was
able to
on
improve.
black old tyres as he retired.
Yeah. So now we're just waiting on Steben. See if we can have another man get his coffee. No, saves us a minute 10. So on to the wet race we go. So here you go, here's our top 10. Up at front, Real DC. Likely the favourite to win after his performance last week in the rain. Of course, Drew and Big Bull's not too far off themselves. Actually ended up being quite close in the end, the top 7 all within a second. And the Little Juan and Clerpy are not too far behind. Kyle unable to set a time. Not entirely sure. Oh no, of course he crashed, didn't he?
Yes, Kyle was into the barrier quite early in the session. So not the best for the man from Malta.
Right, here we go. That rain doesn't look too bad. So definitely.
Are you also seeing a Haas doing a 3-point turn?
No, I'm not.
I've just seen a Haas do a 3-point turn.
No, I'm currently waiting. Now, hopefully, because Johnny, you're not aware of this rule. Sadistic King has to be the first man to ready up as the lobby host, just to give drivers a chance to get set up. Otherwise, it will be penalised. So, Godly Noob is probably going to get in trouble for that. I don't know if that's his first.
Generally, what is the
hang on. The drivers are on softs.
Oh no!
I think
this is going to be a fun turn 1.
I mean, some of them are on mediums, but they're on dry tyres. Pits on lap 1, everybody. Yeah. This could be an interesting one.
We have a formation lap, don't we, or do we not?
Yes, there is a formation lap, so we have a chance to see tyres. Yeah.
This is where everyone starts from the pit lane.
Can you do that?
I don't know if you can. I know in real sort of F1 you're not allowed to, because of course Haas were penalised for that last season at the Hungaro ring. For communicating with their drivers on the formation lap.
Uh,
So we just gotta hope that Jeff doesn't get on the blower to everyone.
There's a
Otherwise
chance the lobby's going to be restarted.
Okay.
Golly Noob readied up, and now it's not showing him ready, and now everyone's in soft and the lobby's quite broken. So just, yeah. Both John and people watching be aware. I'm sure they'll make sure it's still a wet race. Hopefully. But yeah, I'm just going to have to wait and see for that. Of course. How do we make conditions? It was clouds with 3 drops of rain for the race. Yeah. Alright. Trying to sort the situation out. Admin's just talking to people. No, that hasn't worked. Wasn't. Oh, hang on. Is it going to work now? Pimus has left. That was the man
leaving.
He joined halfway through session. And the only other person I reckon it could be is Godly Noob, because he readied up early and then it kind of all went to pot from there. But I don't know if that was him, or it's just Codemasters are having a fit in one random person unknown to us. Actually, John, do you want to try leaving and rejoining? You have your spare invite.
Yeah.
There's a minor chance it'll fix everything.
Quick to main menu.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Not seeing anything working yet. No, not you. You are not the problem. And neither is Pimus.
It's a good job I've got a spare invite.
Hmm. Marshmallow left. No. Golden Noob has now left. Okay, I was going to suggest it's him. Looks like they are probably going to be doing a new session. There's many other drivers leaving. Can't even leave the lot where I am. Yeah, I suspect we're going to see a wet restart. Yeah, most drivers now heading out. What statistic can you say? Ah, yes, he wants the grid, okay. Ooh, do we have the full list of quali?
I personally don't.
No, I mean I can get it from the stream, but that's going to have to be multiple screenshots.
Mm.
Damn, it's my phone. I can actually take sensible screenshots. Actually, no, I can on my computer, what am I saying? Alright. Come on, Brent. Good. Right. Hey, look, they're underway.
Are they?
Yep, and who's this? Big Balls has got bored and is doing donuts, so we'll watch him do some donuts.
Donuts are always cool.
Donuts are always cool.
The real question is, jam or custard?
Not sure. Not sure. That's not what I want to do. Oh, I've got to find all the quali things. Roughly how long does it take to get to Q2? I don't know. This is Q2 on 8 minutes on from here, so about here. Bit more. Here.
Appears the session has ended, unless...
Right, oh, please tell me I viewed the bottom drivers in this.
I don't know if we did.
Sadistic King was 18th. Oh, come on. I'm not that stupid, surely. I always show the results. Apparently not. Okay, right, I can answer this. Sorry for the loud keyboard noises. Right, is anyone actually on the grid and still? I assume everyone's left the lobby, so I'm gonna join them in that. Who was it who got a poll? It was 0DC. My goldfish memory kicking in. This has been a really successful commentating. You know, first one I had with the co-commentator in a while, working well, and then Codemasters. Suddenly Codemasters. Right, well we're going to stare at the car that was on pole for a bit. I'll wait for my invite, and then hopefully we will be having a race. Right. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be on some kind of rain setting.
It would certainly make sense, given that we believe the race was planned to be wet.
Yeah,
anyway.
Light rain. And what the screenshots are proving, so.
Give us the spray, make it heavy.
Yeah, once again, apologies guys. Hopefully the technical issues will be sorted soon. Ah, there we go. There's my invite. I assume you need one, Jono, because...
Received one yet?
Yes. Hopefully let's send one over. Right, I can just players in party, can't I? Right, I'll send you back at 1, just to be safe. Okay, here we go.
Joining session. Yep, there's the backup through.
Yep. Attempt number 2.
Attempt number 2, yes.
Hopefully this time we go racing. No, they don't all have to start on the softs. There were multiple Codemaster bugs. The lobby broke. They all started on softs. Well, the top 10 started on the softs. I guess the guys who could have started on mediums may have started on mediums, but I'd assume going to softs and then switching to winters would have been the way to go, if that did happen. So, yeah, we'll see. I assume that now everyone's going to be able to go on inters. They'll stick it on light rain. It'll just be an inter all the way race. Because it was, similar conditions in Q3. The guys who got the best laps will probably see the same guys on the podium. Suspect Real DC will be up there, or we might see a shake-up if he decides to go for a spin somewhere. Who do you think is going to get the win?
I'd like to see Real DC, especially after that qualifying lap. But I think obviously, as we know, wet races are unpredictable. So I think it's going to be an interesting fight to the checkered flag.
Mm. Yeah. At this rate, Tier 1's race might start before us. Although I guess we're just slightly shorter qualifying than usual, due to it being wet. I think one got cut short by a few minutes. Actually, no, it didn't because coffee. But they all got, you know, they didn't go the full length of the qualifying. People did finish up early. Come on, everyone's in the lobby. Assume weather custom. Does that mean they put it onto wet? Is there a way I can see this? No, there is not. Ah, yes there is. Maybe. Oh no, these are my assists. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Assists do not control the weather.
No. I'm not a Zeus. Unsure why they're yet to ready up. I'm kind of seeing nothing.
No, I've been stuck.
The drivers aren't going to ready up, yeah, until they're told to. They're fairly good at that now. But, I mean, they're yet to be told to, and that's kind of important.
No, it might be worth telling them.
No, I don't know the authority. Not in this tier, anyway. Well, I'll recount the championship standings. We've got Alex in P1, Real DC 26 points behind, Godly Noob in third, 39 points off the lead. It's 13 points behind DC, we might see a change there. Dragon in fourth, 190 points, just 5 points behind Godly Noob. Very easy for their positions to change, although Godly Noob does seem a bit stronger around the circuit. Big Balls in fifth, the little one 16 points behind him. Big gap between 4th and 5th actually. Then we've got Tobes, KXI, Captain Nick and Club PR 9th and 10th. Just 2 points separating those two. Ah, good, we're going. Okay,
yes.
I'll finish this off though. And yeah, Sadistic King, Arrow Voice, Jay Williams and Pheasant Plucker down to 14th. And jump of 20 points down to Carl with 39 points in 15th. Then Jay Hartnell, Daru, Sprunky, Jamie Robertson and Pimis finishing up the order with just 6 points. I'm not sure if the drivers were told to ready up. I think they kind of all got bored and universally agreed. But to be fair, they made the right. They made the right decision. We want racing. I was going to get around to giving a fun fact. I am the only person in the CRL Discord with a unique colour name.
Oh, what is
Everyone
your colour?
else, I'm a grey. I've got grey colour.
There are better colours.
There are much better colours. It's probably.
I stand by it though. Purple is the best colour.
I think I have the single worst colour, but it's a unique colour. The only man in GT who has his own colour to himself. It's not done deliberately. It's just that it's my highest roll, and everyone else who has that roll has higher rolls. So.
Hey, it's your colour. Own it.
It's my colour.
It's yours.
Beautiful
All yours.
grey.
Might ask if, just for the sake of it, I can have the same grey.
What? The Jono steel colour roll. Yeah. Here we go. That ring looks heavier than before. So you got your wish.
It does. Yay! Turn 1 is going to be chaotic, hopefully.
Might see a bit of time banging. These guys are sensible.
Mm.
I mean, all in all, yeah. Because I know tier 1 guys are quite aggressive, then you go down to the academy, and they're not quite as experienced racers, but these are the guys, I'm biased because I've been with these guys for a while, but I'd say these guys create the best racing. Sure, they don't do the absolutely bonkers overtakes, but there's plenty of action. I mean, such a close field always creates fun, and Kyle has readied up early. Let's see who complained.
Tobes has gone with him on that.
Sprunky, oh lol, surprised now nobody readied up early. Literally half a second later, never mind. Yeah. Hopefully
3,
everyone got their set up. I mean, we'll see.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Here we go, outlap time. Right, everyone's in inters, so I'm going to stick it on position change. Not going to bother looking at tyres at all. That way we can see the ups and downs of lap 1. Hopefully the qualifying, hopefully the order of drivers is correct. I'm sure we'll get complained very quickly. And I'll probably be the man who got the blame because I grabbed the screenshots for it. But I'm fairly sure they're the right ones.
We've done as well as we could.
We've done as well as we could.
Well, you have. I can't take any credit.
To be fair, you're not doing a bad job. I know you've done a bit of commentary before, but not here at CRL. Go, look at that. I love the umbrellas in this game. All with the same 4 colours.
Same 4.
They're either yellow or green with a touch of red or blue.
Well, at least the F1 game is consistent there.
We'll see how this goes. I think I'd expect to see a safety car throughout this race at some point. Ideally, it's about 2/3 in. That's great from a commentary point of view because that means you're not having a bit of a boring yellow race at the start, and brings the field back together. But yeah, we'll see. It's always great to have some final action. Oh, and that's some interesting action. Look at Daru.
Yes, I'm on board with him now.
Yeah, I was action cam watching him. He went for a spin. There we go, rejoined the track now. Is he going to try and work his way up through the field or just kind of accept where he is? What's he doing?
I'm not sure.
There's no need to let drivers through. But
no.
He was doing a bit of tyre warming and then kind of got over enthusiastic. Kept his front wing.
How does the F1 game work with regards to spinning on formation laps? Because I know in the real world you either start from the pit lane or you get back up to your position.
They don't care. If you DNF on your formation lap, it just teleports you to the grid and you have cold tyres. There has been multiple instances in the past in this league.
Yeah, as
Daru it's just
teleports through everyone to his position.
Here we got the last few people lining up towards the grid. Right, John, don't take it away.
Okay. Three lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And the lights are out and we're underway here in France. Quite a squirrely getaway there from Real DC as he drops down, losing his position to Daru. As Daru leads them through turn 1. Not too many changes. Well,
bit of
Alex
contact there. Who's that?
Oh, is that Tobes stopped?
That's Tobes
in the first sector.
Why is it showing? It shows him in 16th for me. Also, Pheasant Plucker got a drive through for a jump start. It's also saying it's lap 2, which is.
It's not lap 2.
No, this is completely normal for F1, but this is annoying.
Tobes is now leading apparently for me.
Yeah, there we go.
No, now he's back down to last.
Order back down to fixed.
As Daru leads them down the Mistral straight. Steven appearing to gain a place on his teammate Dragon on speed. Not too many changes.
No, 2 Red Bulls closing in. A lot of the drivers near the back have gained 4 positions.
Maldonado making a move. Oh, doesn't quite make it stick on Kyle as he takes the place back.
And Kyle, hard to blame that.
Maldonado dropping down the order.
Says his tyres are light though. And that's him down to the back of the order. Now we'll see if anyone pits. If they do, that'll likely be for a new front wing. Of course, we're unlikely to see any DRS throughout the entire race, so it's going to be an ERS saving race, kind of using that smartly. But here we go, the interval board now fixed itself.
All good. Yeah. Real DC. It appears that Daru seems to have potentially a march on him through the first sector.
Alex right and Captain Nick's tail. Looks like he might go for something down here if he can get a better exit. When's he going to put his foot down? No, Captain Nick got a much better line through there. Actually, KXI.
Oh, that's a Haas off the track. That's Kyle off.
Yeah.
As he waits patiently to rejoin safely. Hemis with a penalty. Are we aware of what that's for? Or?
Corner cutting, it said. Just 3 seconds. Oh, what is that? That looked an almost deliberate takeout there. Hard to tell from the angle I got. I didn't see it properly, but Godly Noob and Big Balls, the very big collision there. Brings out a VSC. And Alex and Captain Nick lightly tap each other, giving one of them a 5-second penalty for what's known as a severe collision. It's definitely not. They're both still on their front wings. Welcome to Codemasters.
Alex appears to have front wing damage.
Oh, I take that back.
So, ideally, pits now.
Yeah, and he has.
As he heads off into the pit lane. Quite a comedic pit lane from some angles, as it just looks like you've gone straight on.
Oh, and Jay Hartman, Clerpiard.
The track's gone green as Alex is in the pit lane.
Clerpiard manages to get on the outside of Jay Hartnell into turn 1. And Dragon makes a mistake at the exit, the first chicane. The little one getting past him. What speed? I'm interested to see.
The real gainer from that virtual safety car though, now, as he's pulled out almost, he has a over 1.5 second gap to Real DC behind.
See what we can do with that. It looks like he has more pace at the moment.
Hemis potentially looking at a move as he gets past KXI.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Good defending there by KXI. Holds around the outside.
Hemis now potentially looking to come back at him. Up the inside.
Not quite close enough.
Doesn't quite make it work.
Now what's that yellow flag for? That's Kyle.
That looks like a Haas off.
Yeah, Kyle's gone for a spin. Wait, when was Alex? Oh, Alex pitted, didn't he? And Daru now gets the fastest lap, further extending his lead.
Potentially a nice little battle forming for third here.
Well, they're side by side for 6th at the moment.
PR is overtaken by Sprunky.
Actually, Clerpiard overtook Sprunky in the straight, and then Sprunky got him on the brakes. So we'll see how that develops.
but Dragon on speed right on Little One's tail, just before the Mistral straight. Obviously no DRS given the wet weather, just making it that much harder to pass.
Now I've just checked, and Dragon does have about 12% more of ERS, so he has got that to help him. But definitely not close enough yet. He still wants to try and keep nice and close to his slipstream, make that work.
I must say that McLaren does look very nice in the rain. As Giroux sets another fastest lap. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that Kyle off again?
No, I think that might be a pheasant plucker one. Pheasant plucker wasn't that far back, if I'm not mistaken.
Pheasant plucker wasn't that far back. I wouldn't be surprised if it was sort of either of the Ferrari powered cars.
Oh, KXI looking for a move on Captain Nick, decides against it. So Welsh Maldonado gets 3 seconds for corner cutting.
No, there is a nice little battle for ninth, that has formed between Captain Nick, KXI, and Pimis.
I don't see Pimis has joined that train.
No, Pimis is just on the back of KXI now.
Yeah,
potentially looking for a move, thinks better of it.
Yeah, looking to go on the outside, and KXI completely blocked it. Although, who's got the best exit to the corner? That appears to be KXI.
As there's a yellow flag in Sector 2 as Pheasant Plucker is out.
Yep. And that brings out a safety car.
We have the full safety car deployed.
Yeah, so we'll see who pits, who doesn't.
Oh, and that's contact under the safety car for KSI into the back of Captain Nick.
So yet to see anyone pit. Now actually,
Real DC.
Who was it? It was last race.
Real
the guy who
DC,
came.
Jay Hartnell are both in the pits.
Yeah, so it was
KXI. Error Voice.
Yeah, actually a few of them. Because it was last race, they had the full wet race, and some guys pitted under safety car early on in the race, which meant because you only have to do one pit stop and kind of inters or wet tyres can, certainly wet tyres can go all the way, they could just go the rest of the race while everyone else who didn't pit under the safety car had to pit. So,
interesting factor.
Excuse my yawning.
I believe everyone's staying on.
Yeah, inters.
Inters.
I believe that's the right way to do it. I'm not experienced enough to know if they're going to make it to the end around a track like this.
KXI just beating Alex out of pits.
Let's see, yeah.
What this would have allowed, had Real DC stayed out, is it would have put him right back on the rear end of Giroux, who I think had stretched the gap to about 2 seconds. I think that's
it's nearer to 2.5 when I had a look.
Yeah. But obviously, pitching has neutralised that threat. Still waiting for the majority of the sort of pack to bunch.
Well, I think everyone down to 11th is.
Who are we waiting on?
Pimis and down. Jay Hartnell's just about up with the pack. Yeah, I think Jay Hartnell's just leaving a nice gap. Sure, the drivers have had more times than they like where they've had a tiny bit of contact from behind. The last thing going on in the safety car, giving you that 5-second penalty that is a pain to deal with. So yeah, I think it's just going to be one more lap around the safety car, so Carl will catch up. Yeah, you can see Real DC, the man leading on the guys who have pitted. Actually ahead of 2 guys who haven't pitted. So that's worked kind of well for him.
Yeah, Rio DC was sort of the surprise of that. The first 5 laps did we get in for the safety car?
I'm sure he was slightly slower than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting him to run away with it, and Daru did. But to be fair,
he didn't have a great start. I think he had quite a lot of wheel spin, which just allowed Daru to sort of pull out on him and be able to get him into turn 1. But yeah, be interesting to see how Stephen can do. Sort of attacking Daru now, but yeah.
I know it's like Carl is going to be able to catch up for the end of this lap, I think. Might not manage it by a huge margin. Well, yeah, comfortably be up with the field.
No one we're waiting to bunch up. Yeah, say that Kyle's 5 seconds off the pack.
What's that? Is KXI spun?
Severe collision with Alex.
That means mild contact under safety car.
Yeah.
Or contact under safety car doesn't mean mild. Originally Alex gained a position from it, so KXI looks like he's dummy ramming him. Clearly not happy. We'll go on board with Stephen to see when Daru decides to put his foot down.
Oh, who was that? That was KXI spinning again.
Oh.
Under safety car.
Daru's still not gone. Oh goodness. Right, now he's gone. Now what knock-on effect is this going to create? Stephen had a good safety car restart.
Not a terrible restart, but
no, nice and clean.
He's brought the little one into contention on the back of Stephen. He's very close to him. Well, as I say that, he backs off a couple of tenths.
Oh. Clerpiot, perhaps a bit deep through that. Now we're going to see any moves. I'm looking at the time gaps. Might see a Tobes on Sadistic King move here. Both using their ERS. Tobes starts saving it. Let Sadistic King go through.
Under braking. Welsh Maldonado. Pim is dropping back.
Oh, Pim is really dropping back.
Has he had to take to an escape road, maybe? Or had to back out of the corner?
No, I think he just lost it, but I did see his car slightly. Was that an intentional pun?
Potentially.
Has he had to? Yeah, no. Anyway, back to the racing. Real DC looks for me up the inside of Captain Nick and makes it work. Now, can Captain Nick get the cutback? No, he can't. So Real DC up to 7th position.
Real DC now looking ahead to Clerpiot.
Yeah, already gone past Captain Nick since the safety car restart. Got a nice gap behind him to the 2 Renaults.
Very very much eyes forward from now on to the McLaren in front of him. He's gained a lot through that just sort of section of corners there. However, Clerpiot has the legs on the straight and is able to pull away from him.
Oh, that gap is closing. Oh, that is a oh goodness, just off the racing lane.
That's a virtual safety car.
Don't make any contact unless you want 5 seconds. So this gap up front, either Deroux is very brave under the VSC, or he's already built out a massive gap. See what we'll see.
I think it's a mix of both.
The gap now is closed up a bit more, but it's, yeah, how well can you play the VSC? There we go, underway.
Back under, yep.
Ooh. Wait, no, Sprunky pitting. I'm showing him in first for a second.
Sprunky, yeah.
I guess Codemasters didn't account for the fact that the pit lane is near the track and therefore, you know, might register that. No Clerpiot, not let's restart from him.
That's an odd time to pit. Does he have damage or?
I'm not sure. No, 4 drivers now out of this race. So nearly everyone will be getting points.
Any moves maybe anywhere? Not that I can see. Maybe
I'm watching this battle for 8th. There's 4 people in that battle for 8th at the moment. Actually, Tobe's right in the back of Sadistic King. Anyone in this train going for a move?
Looks like everyone looks like they thought about it.
No one quite close enough to actually make that move.
Sadistic King maintains his 8th position over the hunting pack behind.
Welsh Maldonado right up on the tail of Jay Hartnell here.
Yep, towards the tail of that group. Error Voice not too far off either.
Stick it in the glorious action cam.
Jay Hartnell, is he looking for a move?
I think he might have nearly had a move on him.
He's made that. No, I think he's made that move.
No,
he?
Jay Hartnell's lost a move.
Oh.
Welsh Maldonado got ahead.
Maldonado gets past.
Welsh Maldonado is now looking to get past Tobes as well. It's on the inside, but of course it's a chicane. No, unless he can get the cutback. No, he's held it around the outside.
He's holding it.
Yeah, he has. Behind, actually, Alex and
That's
Error
a
Voice.
superb move
Now
there.
behind. Oh, goodness. Alex around the outside of Error Voice here. Has he got the position? Yes, it is his.
That was a superb move from Welsh Maldonado to put him up into 9th.
I said both reserves here are very quick. I think Maldonado just lost that bit in qualifying.
Stephen currently having the gap down to less than a second on leader Deroux.
Of course, not meaning DRS. It's a wet race. Can you? So what can Real DC close that gap up to Clerpiot? He's fighting his way back up to the people who run the older tyres.
Obviously he has that fresher rubber advantage, which is going to play into his hands as the cars in front start to lose grip in their worn intermediates.
Might see a Renault overtaking a Renault here. No, not close enough.
Not quite. Maybe into the next heavy braking zone if he can bring himself close enough.
Doesn't appear so. Closing that gap a bit.
Welsh Maldonado has joined in on this battle.
Oh yes. Then just behind them, there's still that massive battle for 10th going on. 4 cars fighting for there. Now the gap between the top two's gone up by half a second. Stephen at the fastest lap last lap. It seems Daru is responding.
The battle for 7th still remaining quite close, with Welsh Maldonado looking at potentially the move for 8th on.
No, Tobes has gone wide, and Jay Hartnell's got through, as has Alex. Tobes, as has Aerovoice. Of course, having to be careful not to do an unsafe rejoin, and because of it, loses out in 3 positions.
Unfortunate mistake costing him there. As
Captain Nick
peels off into the pit lane, as we have a yellow flag in sector 3
that is
for what looks
Sprunky.
to be a Mercedes.
I think Sprunky spun that.
Of course, one thing that we should mention is in this battle for 7th, Welsh Maldonado has the fresher tyres. As he gets past him in the straight, does he send it through the corner? Can he hold on? I think he's made that stick. Oh, not quite.
No, he's Sadistic King Herder on the outside.
As they fire off down the Mistral Straight.
Here we go. Welsh Maldonado looking to get up the inside of last season's champion.
As they appear, Welsh Maldonado.
Can he hold it?
Holding him around the outside.
Oh, nearly contact. He's lucky he didn't spin.
Close contact. As Sadistic King going to try it back into him. Back at it here, maybe? No. Just too far behind.
Oh, hang on, look at this. There's a battle developing for 3rd, and it's got 4 cars involved. And looks like DC might make a move on 5th here. Oh, no, Clerpiard just sends it into the pit lane. I believe that was deliberate.
Yeah, that's right. Clerpiard was the only one who pit. Well, is really dropping down due to his stop. As we have a yellow flag in sector 3, is that the Mercedes?
That is the Mercedes again.
I think that was just a spin there for Sprunky. Not having the best of luck out there today, in the wet conditions.
There were certainly plenty of good battles going on. Considering it's a brand new race.
Dragon on speed sitting about 3.5 tenths off of Little Juan at the moment.
Sprunky retired in the pit lane, meaning good news for the drivers remaining on track. You're going to get points as long as you finish. So we'll see Jay Hartnell got a better exit than Sadistic King here. Oh, lots of overspeed there. Had 10 miles an hour on him.
Into the back of him, he had that much
oh wow!
overspeed.
And then Sadistic King held it around the outside beautifully. And what's going to happen here?
Well to hold that out there.
I'm impressed.
That was an excellent defensive manoeuvre.
as Stephen into the pit lane. Deroux staying out on track. Also, the
Am I the
little
only
one.
one else? Are you also seeing Sprunky appearing in the first sector as
Yes.
Sadistic King peels off into the pit lane?
So drivers are required to retire in the pit lane, but their AI drives them out after.
Right.
And then they vanish somewhere in the first sector. When I say required to retire in the pit lane, that's a league rule.
Yeah, as the Williams of Alex sends it up the inside of Jay Hartnell into turn 1.
And looks like Error Voice might be doing the same thing. No, side's better of it. Besides that survival is better than one position briefly.
Only cars yet to pit are Deroux and Dragon on Speed.
Alex in a good position here. I don't know how long intermediate tyres can normally go in a 50% race. You got any idea?
I do not.
No, right.
No, Jay Hartnell not too far off of Alex. Sorry.
Glad it's not just me being the only one for once. It's like Tobes though. Tobes catching up with Pimis. And this is a move I suspect we'll see onto the next straight here, although Pimis appears to have got a better exit. It's Tobes, yep, that's boop. Yeah, much better exit by Pimis.
Come into the pit lane.
Well, it's a very easy pit lane to get lost in the entrance if you don't really know what you're doing.
It's not like the old pit lane at Paul Ricard where you just peel off the straight.
So now, where does this leave everybody? Indeed, here, of course, re-inheriting his lead. It's Clerpias, that's the fastest lap.
Dragon on Speed down to, I think he settles in 11th. Pimis, interestingly, has 2 stopped so far.
I suspect all the guys who've only just pitted can go to the end. Now, interesting that some of them waited till after the half mark of the race to pit.
Do you think that that's an issue with the intermediates? They just want that extra rubber at the end, maybe?
Well, people who haven't yet pitted would have, wanted to go again. I don't know how long they go, as I said. So the drivers are the ones that know what they're doing. We're the ones who stand here and tell you what they're doing. So it does look like Dragon. Yeah, Dragon closing in the little one.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's quite close enough yet.
No, not quite in the gap, but he's close enough that the little one will be looking over his shoulder.
Although, what's that? Who pitted? Alex and Jay Hartnell and Real DC have pitted.
This is
interesting.
Under safety car.
Yes. Which makes you wonder why they decided to pit earlier. Because it's definitely been the slower strategy. The only way it would have held good is if there was another safety car.
Which we can't rule out.
Which, yeah, of course, we can't still rule out, but Deroux's now in the position to win. I mean, DC's... He's not in a bad position,
but... ninth, just behind Dragon on Speed, in a position... he's close enough to maybe attack him.
Yeah, but he's net 5th. Sorry, net 6th. So, I think... Certainly, he's not used the best strategy here. Deroux seems to be the one who's mastered it.
Receiving a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Now, Deroux, is he going to go for KXI in this corner? Decides better of it. Suspect we'll see an overtake.
DC potentially maybe having a look up the inside, decides better of it.
Oh, Stephen looks like he's going to get past Deroux here. Now, this is something I wasn't expecting. No, Daru, they're all looking for the move. Stephen nearly going into the back of Daru.
Stephen and Daru, did they pit at the same time, or did Stephen come in under... Stephen stayed out under safety car, didn't he?
He came in 1 lap. So Stephen's on 2 lap holds, Daru's on 1 lap holds. I've got my tyre thing up so I can see. I'd recommend you stick them up now, because I don't memorise everything. I don't trust myself to.
No, I had stops. But Stephen, all over that Williams' gearbox. As is Daru, or was Daru. Yeah, it's Daru, with KXI.
So yeah, KXI now the last of the people. Does he need another pit stop? Realistically, yes. But he could give it a good go. I don't know how old the Inters get. And there's still, how long can KXI hold them up? And does he intend to stay in these tyres to the end? Ooh! Big problems with Daru, and he's out of the race.
He's out!
Caught the curb. Didn't see it from his onboard, but saw it from the driver behind. And that's brought out a safety car.
No, I caught it on the track map. I saw a big blue triangle spinning around.
No, KXI is crying now. He probably wants to pit.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does pit under this safety car.
Of course, he is going to lose positions. There's Daru's car for such a good race. It's a shame to see that. Because that would have been, I think, almost certainly his best result of the season. If I look at the championship standings, he only has 30 points. A win for him would have more than doubled his points.
I would just like to add, Jonathan, not a lap ago were we saying that we can't rule out another safety car. Just goes to show how unpredictable the rain can be here at Paul Ricard.
And how ominous the powers of the commentator are. Now KXI staying out on track.
That's interesting.
Which means...
Just trying to think, is there a way that I can see KXI's tyre history?
Yeah, you go to the race director. Hang on, I'll get it up quickly. On a stream. Well, actually, yeah, he's Inter.
So he's gone Inter to Inter.
Yeah, to be fair, you do seem to be pretty good if you've got 30 points after only 3 races, but no, it's a shame you've got out of this one. Bend it in Brazil as well. Certainly seemed to be a promising driver. What track is it next week? Hungary.
Interesting track, Hungary. Not one of my favourites to drive or to spectate, but should provide us with an
I quite
interesting
liked it
spectacle.
from a commentator's point of view.
Yeah.
It's got some good corners. I mean, not all of it's great, but no, that's one of the earliest races. I remember I had a co-commentator. I think it's the first time I commentated with Kieran way back when. He was loads of fun to commentate with. Can't do it anymore because he's driving in T3 now, not the Academy anymore. No, I can imagine Hungary not being everyone's cup of tea.
No, I think it is quite a Marmite track.
Yeah, there was the infamous story of Jamie Robertson swallowed his gum mid. Which corner was it? It was definitely around Hungary. Can't remember if that was in a race or some practice lobby. But I don't know if you've seen his name in the Discord, but he's the one who's called Jamie Swallowgum Robertson.
I haven't. I don't think I have yet, but that's certainly a name I look forward to coming across.
There's some great names they've stuck in. Most people were supposed to have their PSN, but over time they've become further and further from. So I believe this will be the last lap on the safety car now, and then we will have, what, 7 laps of racing. Hopefully racing. Chance another safety car. But I think now...
Maybe even a VSC. Spice it up.
Now I'm hoping there won't be, because, you know, pack's been closed back together again. KXI will be defending as much as he can. Steven's my favourite to win at the moment. DC might have to pull some magic.
Don't discount real DC.
Don't yet. He does have the 2 McLarens in the row.
Other than the 2 guys at the back and Welsh Maldonado, he has the freshest tyres. Steven, I think he's going to pounce on KXI right from the get-go.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'll hold it more than 2 laps.
Be interesting to see the battle between the 2 McLarens.
I'm not sure who I'd give the edge to. With Sclopio, 1 lap older tyres. In terms of speed around this track that I've seen, honestly not too sure. I think that could go either way.
They have been fairly close in terms of speed all race long.
Oh, we did.
Obviously now there's a podium on the line. Not so friendly, maybe.
I'm just going to quickly go through warnings because I'm about to do the safety car restart. But if you want to see them more specifically, pause. And if you want the specific driver's warnings, then just stick it in here. I will have a look at the top few drivers actually. So KXI currently on 1 warning. Steven's pushing his limits. Clerpiar's just got couples. He's got a bit of safety room maybe. The little one also pushing his limits. And Real DC perfectly clean.
That's what you like to see. Welsh Maldonado is someone who, especially in sort of situations where cars are close together, he has moved up through them.
Yeah, he has. He's usually very good at overtaking.
Is a podium on the cards for him here?
The McLarens would have to take each other out, I reckon.
Now, as KXI leads the pack away.
Now, Welsh Maldonado already looking to get an overtake on Dragon. Not sure if he's quite close enough. Does not appear so. Although, really good exit out of that corner.
Yeah,
Going to see him move.
He's all over his rear end.
Determined to get past.
It's all about the run through onto the straight here. That will make or break this move.
Now actually, Steven now past KXI into the lead. I think we can call that a certain move. Although, well, yeah, no, definitely gone through that.
As he holds
no
his
one else
lead
made
into
a move
what
there.
we've been told to call the DeWill chicane.
No, the DeWill chicken. Yeah, the DeWill chicken chicane, I think was the full title where commentators were instructed.
We've done that. That's that shelved for the season.
Yeah, I didn't hear the origin of that name.
Me neither. Steven pulled out almost a second on KXI already. So I think the McLarens are now starting to close in on him, potentially.
Will DC into the back of the little one. And, yeah, everyone else got backed up because of it, I think, a bit. Welsh Maldonado. Both gained and lost out from it. He's currently losing time to Statistic King.
Can the real DC get past? Is he looking at the move?
He's looking at it. Oh, little one in the way. Parking on the apex. Now with not many laps left to go, just 6 remaining. Or I guess just, well, 5.5 and a bit.
5.5 and a bit.
Yeah.
I like that.
So Welsh Maldonado now might be going for the move. You thought we'd see some moves from him.
He's made some good overtakes in that midfield.
Ooh,
pretty much all day long.
What's going to happen?
Is he going up the inside? Not quite. As he clips the apex, picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
I think that's a bit unfair.
Bit harsh in my opinion. But yeah.
In a Renault sandwich at the moment.
Is he going up the inside there? Can Sadistic King hold on to the outside line?
Oh yes, he can again. We saw him do that earlier.
Is that the second time he's done that this race?
yeah.
He's making a habit of that. As the second Renault looks at potentially a move, maybe not quite.
Sadistic King, he's not a slow driver, but he's not a man that really bothers to practice. So he's got experience on the side, and he can pull out crazy moves like this. But...
Oh, as that's Captain Nick into the back of Welsh Maldonado, giving Alex.
Yeah, Alex has got the run on him, and Alex very good at preserving his ERS, so he's got loads of that to work with.
Makes the move stick.
As DC gets 3 seconds, the man we said that had a completely clean record gets himself 3 seconds of penalties, and that will affect his position big time.
Especially following that safety car.
Right, I'm going to move it now onto penalties permanently towards the end. I might flick onto tyres occasionally, but just remember, KXI's tyres are ancient, and Captain Nick's aren't great either. So we can see here how much that's going to affect each other. As Captain Nick gets himself 3 seconds. Or 3 more seconds, I should say. This battle for second is second through 6th.
Yeah. Yes, as dragging on speed, Cotton's on to the back of the group. Do you think we're looking at a double McLaren podium here?
No.
As we have a yellow flag in Sector 3 for
that
ERA
is error voice.
Error voice.
I'm probably saying error voice wrong, by the way. Don't trust anything I say.
It's better than ERA voice, I think.
With you on that one. With you on that one. So how's the exit? Can Clerpiar get the better run? I think the little one get the best exit out of that corner. I think Clerpiar was too close. Yeah, and he's losing time. His teammate gaining on him. Not quite close enough.
No. And too far, possibly, to be looking for a move into the bottom chicane hairpin. Chicane.
I think it's a trip away chicane, and then after the chicane is a right, left, right. It then goes into a hairpin.
Yeah.
And now on board with Welsh Maldonado. Is he going to get the move here on Sadistic King? 3.5 laps left to go now.
Welsh Maldonado not quite alongside enough to make the move stick. Steven now, who's pulled out his 3-second lead.
Welsh Maldonado got a much better exit out of the double chicken chicane, and he was able to get the move. Now can Sadistic King send it around the outside and get the move?
He's been around the outside a lot. He's looking at the inside
now.
He
is, because Welsh Maldonado is completely off the track. I don't know how the man's avoided a penalty.
That's an extremely difficult. He's collected 6 seconds of penalties now. He was on 3.
To be fair, all Sadistic King has to do is finish ahead of people around him.
Alex as well looking for a move here, maybe.
I'm watching the battle for P2 now. This battle for P2 still fighting on. KXI and his ancient tyres defending. 100% the right strategy decision by him. Well done to him.
That's a move that I didn't think would pay off.
See, I thought it would, but I didn't know it'd pay off this well.
Saying that Clerpiar looking for a move around the outside, which becomes the inside, and then it's the outside again.
Ooh.
As there's contact, they touch.
Is Clerpiar trying to... Not sure. Clerpiot looks like he wants to get the position back. I don't know if he feels like he needs to. Kind of both of them saying, you have it, no, you have it. And all that, way up. His engine broke a bit and was stuck at 14,000 revs. There's another one going around the outside. It's all going to pop for cake. Oh my goodness. Okay, DC's feeling a bit argy-bargy.
That's a lot of cars going into not a lot of track.
And there was a lot of contact. Most of it on Real DC's end, although somehow the man kept his front wing. Clearly made it out of vibranium.
Not a great couple of sectors there for KXI though, as he's gone from second down to what is now fifth with the spinning dragon on speed. Yeah. Maybe a bit too much speed there.
And that sends him right the way down to 13th. KXI now down to 8th. I think he's got a puncture. Look at his rear left. That is not a happy tyre.
That's a puncture. That is most definitely a puncture.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. You can hear it. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Unfortunate there.
One to him for nursing it to the pit lane, though. It's a shame he couldn't bring that strategy through. Jay Hartnell retiring. That was not the right decision by Jay Hartnell.
No. Jay wasn't having a bad race, Jay Hartnell wasn't.
Well, it was also... He could have come in last and still got 2 points. But anyway, Sadistic King and Welsh Maldonado here. Now an extra position up after KXI fell down.
Battle, Welsh Maldonado up what is the inside. Not quite making it stick. All close to the front wing there was Sadistic King. As Alex behind.
Yeah.
Welsh Maldonado looking at getting the run on him.
Oh, just saw some lightning.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that in this game before. Might be mistaken.
I've not seen it in spectator mode. I think I might have caught it once or twice. Welsh Maldonado with a brilliant run out of the De-wheel chicken chicane.
Now the sad thing for him is he does have 9 seconds for penalties.
Sadistic King hasn't been able to hold on and do his usual antics of defending around the outside.
Sorry to interject, the battle for P3 up ahead there side by side through this final sector. Just a one coming out on top. And again another man with the advantage of not having any penalties. So ideally Real DC wants to force him into getting some penalties. Or just shove it up the inside.
Down the main straight.
Not quite.
As we have a yellow flag in sector 3, as that's Pimis.
That is Pimis. That's a very dead tyre. I think that was one of his front tyres. And that's just a yellow flag, despite there being a car on.
I think it's due to the fact that it's the last lap.
Yeah.
That's the there's no white flag in it.
So you know how you said a double McLaren podium, and I said no.
Yes.
No, because it has to be. Unless the little one gets the penalty, you're right. I mean, unless Sadistic King pulls some absolute magic.
Welsh Maldonado, rather, sorry, properly caught up to the back of Real DC here.
That's a man we weren't expecting to see quite this high up. We know he's good. What can he do with it?
The question is, can he get the podium on track, regardless of where the penalties demote him to? Be interesting to see. I don't think he will be able to, just given the lack of overtaking spots left in the lap.
No. So I'm going to jump to Stephen, so he can celebrate his race across the line.
Stephen comes around at the final corner.
For our second race in a row, reserve wins. Oh, I was forget what the line is.
There's the line. Superb victory there from Stephen. Absolutely well deserved, well driven race there. As Clerpiot followed by the little one to make it a double McLaren podium.
Yeah. Oh, now look at this. The order's going to swap between these three. Welsh Maldonado what's the order going to be? Dragon up into 7th.
I think we just got to wait now for
yeah,
KXI.
And KXI, to the man's credit, he stuck it to the end. He got a puncher. He tried a very interesting strategy. It nearly worked well for him. He still gets 4 points off this. Now, who got fastest lap?
I'm not sure.
Because if they're in the top 10, they get 1 bonus point.
Something tells me it was either Stephen or DeRue before he crashed out.
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. Unless it was KXI in that last lap.
I don't think it was. Game has driven driver of the day to Alex on my screen. Would you agree?
As actual driver of the day, not sure I'd put him there. Certainly,
No.
you know, definitely gained most positions, but it's hard to say.
I think, I think it's between either Welsh Dragon or Sadistic King, personally.
Yeah, Sadistic King came from far back, but that man can't qualify for it to save his life. He doesn't practice. He's just his amazing racecraft compared to his speed. But here you go, you can see your order. Oh, well, you short. There we go. Now you can see your order. So yeah, no, KXI's last lap was the fastest, and it looks like he had it by a good second as well. Able to push it on those fresh tyres. You can see, yeah, Stephen getting the win, and Clerpiart and the little Juan taking up the other 2 spots. Sadistic King 4th, I believe his best result of the season. Alex taking up 5th. Now I was expecting him to lose points in terms of the championship up front, but actually, if you look at the top 4, he beat all of them, with Rudy C and Dragon just behind. Now, Dragon does overtake Godly Noob. So that puts a new man, Dragon, up into 3rd position. But we will try and get Stephen, Clerpiart and the little one in for an interview. I'll quickly let them know. Wait, it was Clerpiart, the little one, and Stephen, right?
Yes.
Alright. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that race. We'll try and get them in for a post-race interview. But yeah, no, that was a good race, certainly with the end of that safety car. KXI's puncher after a nearly amazingly done strategy. Well executed by him.
I do feel for KXI. I mean, I think them.
Yeah, congratulations on your podium.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Race.
yeah, what do you think of it? I mean, actually, can I quickly get you to check your party settings are set to share?
Oh, hang on.
Let the people hear your voice.
Oh, I'm on a PS4. How the hell do I do that?
Go into party settings. I believe it should be on there. You should check on always allow. But yeah, Stephen, congratulations on your win.
Is he in it?
He's in the party. Yeah, I think everyone's in the party. I might be mistaken.
I think it's just me and
I'll double check for you.
Oh, I think I am. He did ask for
So
him.
far, Jonathan. It's me and you, as well as the 2 McLaren drivers.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah, so I assume you guys noticed at the end that, KXI got his puncher.
Well, there was a bit of a coming together.
I didn't know that.
I didn't realise he got a puncture, though.
I'm not sure, because he had the oldest tyres on the grid. It's quite an aggressive strategy. Nearly worked out for him.
I did wonder why he didn't pit. But I don't know.
Was
if
it
he
him
had
who
any
did
tyres
the one stop at Italy last round, where he went dead long?
I think he might have done.
I personally thought it was someone else, but I might be wrong. Oh no, it was him, wasn't it? Yeah. And that worked really well for him because he got on the podium.
Yeah, he seems to really like that long strategy in the wet.
I think the only reason it didn't work here is because the inters are, less durable than the full wets.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We had a bit of a tap at one point, and like 3 laps to go. So I don't know if I'll get an incident for that. But it was a good race in the end. It was a good race.
It was great.
I'm really annoyed the safety car came out because I was catching first and second. But
Yeah, I came out of the pits and I saw you go past, and then I was trying to keep up with you for like a lap or so, and then by the time I realised you got absolutely amazing pace, it was then defending time from DC. He was right on the back of me for a good few laps at the end.
Yeah. Has anyone got Stephen friended? Because I think he might have a setting so I can't add him to the party unless I have him friended.
I think he's a reserve. So
Yeah, but
I don't think anyone's got him.
He did say I had a few mutual friends with him, but that's probably just Nathan, AJ, and one or the other. I'll have a look. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Added Stephen now. Stephen, I keep saying his name wrong. But yeah.
That's one thing we can ask him, how we say his name.
Yeah, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, man, thank you. Oh, my first win this year, so good timing, good timing.
Do you know if you're...
reserve as well?
Do you know if you're...
keep up with him in the end.
Sorry, do you know if your audio sharing is on so you can be heard on the stream?
Yes, it is, because I stream myself, so...
How did you find that race? I mean, before Daru took himself out, were you expecting him to get the win, you to get the win?
Well, I was staying with him, then I got close on, I think it was lap 17, 18, somewhere around there. And then he somewhat pulled away, got close to KXI, and then he made a mistake, so after that I thought I could get the win if I overtake KXI quite quickly, because he was a bit slower than the top 5. Well, then he was slower than the top 5, I'd say, so I had to get past him as quickly as possible so I can create a gap, because I was on 2 warnings and I want to create a 3-second gap. And so I overtook him straight away, and the race just went perfectly from there. So happy, very happy.
Yeah, no, this is now 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row that reserves managed to get the win. It was Tim last week in the rain. So
lovely.
Drivers have been shown up a bit.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the pace. Got a good start. Started at P7. Straight got to P5, overtook my teammate, and then slowly just managed my tyres, followed the cars ahead. I got somewhat lucky because the Alfa Romeo lost the car, then collected the Williams, which could have been totally different if they stayed in the race, so that was kind of lucky, but to finish first, you first have to finish, and that's what I did.
Did anyone see what happened between Godly Noob and Big Balls?
Yeah, I was right behind them. I think that Big Balls went for a move, or no, sorry, this is the wrong incident. Coming out of the flat out right hander, someone lost their way and came across the track, and I think he collected Big Balls.
Yeah.
I think Godly Noob lost it. That's what Big Balls. I just messaged Big Balls and that's what he said. So a bit unlucky, unfortunately.
Yeah, it did look to be a very hit side on thing. Sort of saw it in the distance, but didn't really get the full incident or what happened. But looked a heavy hit. Right, well, yeah, on to Hungary next week. What are you guys' thoughts on that track?
Very good
It's
track.
one of my favourites. I can't lie. I love Hungary.
I'm just going to be. I fucking hate. Oh, I hate it. Well, I think I'm not too bad at it, but I just.
Turn 4 is a bit of a weird one. Can spin easily there, so. Oh.
I just don't like the lack of overtaking really on it. Like you've really got the first corner, and maybe the corner after.
Then
you just got to follow people.
Well, you've got those two big straights that's good overtakes on. You know that right-hander, kind of after the flat right-hander? Sadistic King twice managed to hold it around the outside there, which I think that was some pretty impressive defending by him. But yeah. No, yeah. Well done on the race, guys. Congrats on the podium, and
thank you.
Stephen, congrats on the win.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you guys on track next week.
Now I'm going to retire from this league, so I've got a 100% win ratio.
Retire with a 100% record.
Exactly.
No, we need. Well, it looks like some of the reserves are quite quick, so you know.
Yeah, no. The last couple of weeks I've seen them. We had Tim and Joe last week, and then this week we've had you and who was the other one?
Welsh Maldonado.
Welsh. He seemed really good. He got lots of overtakes done.
I think it's
certainly.
she, by the way.
Oh, she. Oh, my bad.
I think it's a she potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a she. She's a she.
Yeah.
Also, Gamma at Spain as well. He was on. I reckon he was on for a win before he crashed.
Yeah,
Wait,
he was.
Orange and Gamma?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, right. Wait, when was he reserve? I thought he was a full-time driver. I can't remember.
No, he's a reserve.
Yeah,
Well, he was a full-time in Tier 1 last year.
I
could be
honestly
wrong.
can't
Don't quote
remember.
on it.
I've seen him in the past. He's been here a long time, so I don't know.
It's nice
But
to have
yeah.
a clean race. Managed
Yeah,
to not get taken out this time. So.
Though only 12 drivers finished, I was surprised when Jay Hartner retired, because it was.
Well, I think he ran into the back of KXI, didn't he?
It was a retirement in the pit lane. KXI was the one with the puncher.
The KXI looked actually slightly more like Dragon on Speed, because Dragon on Speed lost what looked like either his back end or his front, and not long after KXI became evident with the puncture.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Sprunky also came in retired in the pits as well, so those two could have been on for some at least a few points.
Right, well, anything else to say, or you guys just going to celebrate your podium?
Good. Well done, guys.
I will. Thank you. Thank
Just
you.
a congratulations from me to both Clip and Stephen as well, and finally both the McLaren boys on the podium together.
Big
I'm
up.
buzzing with that one.
I think I should have been here way earlier in the season, but I had some either incidents or like I think my wheel disconnected at one point in Russia when I was going for the win. So yeah, been a few incidents, but it's nice to be on the podium once a season. So hopefully, well, I didn't like France and I came on the podium, so hopefully I don't like Hungary and I come on the podium. But we'll have to see. I hope it's not wet.
Quite different, yeah. You don't want 3 in a row, no.
Please.
But quite different tracks.
I love another wet race. Wet races are one of my favourite ones.
Totally.
I hated Monza, but this one I did alright on. So yeah.
Yeah, well, the rain was lighter here, so. But it did kind of make the one stop much harder, as KXI showed his tyres popping. But yeah, I'll let you guys go now. So I'll see at least 2 of you on track next week. Hopefully, Stephen, I can see you more out on track.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, for now, thank you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you later,
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Right, so there we go. That concludes the post-race interviews. Stephen with the win there, and the two McLarens following up. So yeah, it does seem like mistake by Golly Noob cost Big Balls. And then Golly Noob, not sure if he retired because he just didn't feel like he could get back up or wasn't happy with what he'd done. But yeah, John, have anything to say?
I'm just happy I predicted right that both McLarens were going to be on the podium.
Still celebrating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
It certainly sets us up nicely for the Hungaroring. We should be in for a good race.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me having a co-commentator again. Certainly helps increase the enthusiasm from me, and just in general, because there's two of us. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week around Hungary.